Welcome to this short video demonstrating the integration between CCURE 9000 and Torus. Within CCURE, we're going to create a new clearance type by navigating to clearance and then proceed to pressing the new button at the top left hand of the console. We will call this clearance group managers. Once we've done this, we will add in a user by navigating to the personnel option and then clicking on new at the top left of the console. Under the general tab, we will enter in a first name and last name, and for this example, we will be using the name John Smith. We will now navigate to the Credentials tab and proceed to click on the Add Card Access button. For this example, we will simply use a card number of 111222333. Once we've added in a card to this user, we will navigate to the next tab called Clearances. When clicking on the Add button, you will then see the clearance group we created earlier called Managers. So we'll proceed to add this user to the Managers clearance group. Now that we have entered in all the required information, we will proceed to save this record and now close it. The user John Smith will now be visible under the Personnel tab. Moving over to the Torus dashboard and under the Integration side menu, we will check that the CCURE integration is up and running. Under the Torus Exchange tab, both show as online. Under Clearance Groups, we should see a list of all the clearance groups. Under the Personnel tab, this is where we want to make sure we've mapped all the relevant fields from CCURE to Torus, including first name, last name, and the clearance groups that will come across as user groups into Torus. We also want to make sure we've mapped the card details field in Torus to the cards field in CCURE. Make sure to save any changes you make. Going back to the Clearance Groups tab, we will now want to check the ones we wish to sync between CCURE and Torus. Clearance groups come across as user groups into Torus. For this example, the Managers one we created early in CCURE, we will need to make sure is selected and press Save. You will now need to give the system a few moments to sync, and depending on the amount of users you're pulling into Torus and the amount of user groups, the initial process may take a few minutes. Once this is completed, you'll be able to navigate to the Users section and we will be able to search for our test user, John Smith. You can see here our test user, John Smith, has been imported from CCURE integration. Upon opening this profile, you will see that the mapped fields cannot be edited and the first name and last name have been synced. Under the User Credentials tab, you can navigate down to the Biometric Details section, and if we open this record, we will see the card number of 111222333 that we have assigned to this test user in CCURE. Moving across to the Roles tab as a cabinet user. Under the Accessible Items tab, we can see this user has access to all 15 of the keys in the cabinet.